So in gaming, there's this lovely little thing called cheese, and it's basically any strategy that depends on your opponent being incompetent or breaking a few social norms, or sometimes both combined, a little fondue action. Best example I have is Ares has a 70% win rate at low levels, then it plummets down into silver and gold. So what's causing that? Well, you see, Ares is really good against players who build meditation, and the players who don't know how to use beads properly. But as opponents get better, the old 40% cooldown rush Ares doesn't work so well, and they're absolutely hopeless when it comes to using the rest of the kit. And then you can see when the better Ares players clash with better opponents, they have a much more humble win rate, nothing like that 70% outlier. Arachne, last year, high-level ranked cheese because nobody put the effort in to stop her webs. She was played in a pro setting and was absolutely obliterated. Loki got an entire rework due to his AFK cheese farming shenanigans. So I'm here doing this video with Deathwalker, kinda, showing you some cheese. Warning, we do not condone nor condemn these practices, but as FDR put it, do something. If it works, do some more of it. If it doesn't, find something else. It's a cheese or be cheesed world, my friend.
Oi, oi, oi. Well, there's the solo lane cringe gang. Notorious for some players.
Now, I feel a little called out seeing as this is the cheese you go for. When you're trying to get out of plat, it works amazing. You're going to do the speed, then the backs, then the blue, and then you're going to hang out just a little bit. And the two of you can throw yourselves blindly at the solo laner, but you're going to find out real quick some are safer than others, and some jungle solo combos have horrible early kill pressure. Probably won't see a Kali or a Hoonbots doing this, but it can be an option for a Fenrir, a Suku, or a Thanatos, all having amazing kill pressure at level 2. And it's very cheesy because it depends on two things from the solo laner, that one, they don't put a ward down, and two, they shove their face into the wave. If they had bypassed those things, the jungler's now wasting their time, they lose pressure in the mid lane. But if they get the kill quickly, they head to mid lane with a little bit of change in their pocket. If they started Bumba's Hammer tier 2 boots, they can just back, finish those boots, and continue the cheesing into the duo lane. They go through the dynamic geometry, head straight to duo, and get a full boots gank. And this one relies on the enemy duo lane being far too aggressive, and it kinda throws them off because you're not supposed to be there that early. As far as my cheese awareness goes, there's 2 cheese ganks into the mid lane. I'm not sure if Incon started it, but he's definitely bringing eyes to junglers starting on their speed buff alone, then hogging the big jungle camp and then running down the mid lane. This is also matchup dependent and depends on mid laners shoving their faces into the wave. Where's the fire, mid laners? Why are you clearing so fast? You hit level 2 and unless you're raw, I don't think you have kill pressure or can even get the jungle camps without your jungler. The amount of times my mid laner has gotten 2v1 because they pushed a tower line. Not saying this guy is, but it happens. Now it's time for a little karma chatter, as there is also the support to mid cringe game.
That's a support Ratatasker. Well, it doesn't get much cheesier than that. That is what we call a cringe gang.
See, he said it this time. Cringe, cheese, it's accepted vernacular. Or you're just saying that because you're salty? No, it is a known thing. Sometimes it's used wrong. Only proper response is to get good with the cheese. That's why get good stems from, originally, get Gouda. And there I lost credibility. I die on this hill, though. Support starts on the red, completely matchup dependent, and it's stopped by the little baby ward that they give you for free at the start. It's free. Just place it at the intersection or put it over the wall. You can see if the support's there or not. Biggest giveaway, if the mid laner shows up without the red buff, run back to your tower because the support has it, and he is mad and he's gonna kill you, and then he's gonna go run down the jungler. And those should be the primary early cheese ganks. I said early cheese because be aware that at any point in time in this game you can be hit with the back-to-back camp gank combo, and it is exactly what it sounds like. After a gank, I'ma camp you, then gank you again, because nobody expects that back-to-back gank camp combo. It's a gambling fallacy. What are the odds that it happens to me again? Twice in a row? Surely not. And that's why it works, and it tends to happen later in the game because there's more to take away from you.
I want a spectrum of cringe. Have you gotten the Heim blue steel cringe? Well, I've seen supports go teleport, invade blue, and then teleport to their lane. It's essentially the same concept.
What we are referring to here is cheese from the duo lane being imported all the way to solo lane. Now, what Deathwalker mentioned is probably cheese in Europe, because in North America, I've not seen it and I've not done it, where the support gets teleport, goes to the blue buff, steals it, teleports over to the duo side. I do a lot of support shenanigans. It's the only thing that keeps me sane in a world where your team throws around 15 minutes or so. I don't like teleport in any way, shape, or form, but apparently it's something to watch out for. And the other variation of this same principle is a Heimdallr their speedrun technique. You grab mannequins, potions, tier 1 booties. You start your 3, you run over to your purple, you place down a portal, then you haul over to the enemy blue. You can do it a lot better than what I'm showing you here. You can put it closer to the purple and make it over to the blue side. I ran out without my shoes. If I'm being honest, I panicked a little. But since I'm not being honest, I like giving the enemy a handicap. Makes me feel alive. Otherwise, it's just too easy. And then you clear the buff, you place your 3, and you zoop back on over to the purple buff. Yes, it is incredibly risky, and you're hoping that the solo laner or the jungler didn't ward here, or that the solo laner's not starting on the blue. But if you're feeling risky, you believing in the heart of the cards, you set your duo lane ahead, you set the enemy solo lane behind. And then aside from all the duo lane compositions, I'll let you and your friends go through those permutations. There's a Terra and Yamoja strategies maybe? And it comes from a lovely content creator named Shale. He comes out of nowhere, lays down some knowledge, and then just disappears. I will link his video in the description for a more thorough explanation, but the gist of it, using either Yamoja's 3 or Terra's 2, you hold off 5 minions. That's on the first wave, 6 minions, you hold the back 5. Then you go do the purple, then you go to wave. When you get there, one of your minions has died. It's the one that you let go through. The problem with MOBA minion AI is that they can randomly be manipulated. We talked about that already, but what you're doing here is consistently manipulating it. That poor minion that you gave a bit of a head start is going to get to the enemy wave first. It's going to get focused down. And that's why you always arrive to a full wave while the enemy arrives to 5. Yeah, but you could do that on the last map. Yes, but the timings on the map weren't nearly as crucial as they are this year. I'm not really sure how that went over their heads, but it's a pretty big problem this year.
You know, I actually don't think Afro is that cringe. And fuck all of you if nah, just wait, maybe I'm wrong in this. Never mind. You know what? You guys are right. Afro. Explain tier bluestone. Oh my god. He full clears level 2. But luckily he has another set of abilities after he full clears to poke you. If you poke him, it doesn't work. He's got MP5 in bluestone, so he doesn't have to go any mana item. He's got HP 5, you know, in case his heal isn't enough. And everybody that off-rolls goes bluestone tier in lane. Junglers have been really cringe in EU. Every jungler plays Ah Kwong, Fenrir, or Tsukuyomi. And they do the same build every game. And if those aren't available, they're gonna go to like some fucking random character that can build stone cutting sword and crit. You know, at first I thought the hunters were the problem, but the more I see junglers play, I don't think it was the hunters ever, boys. I think the junglers were just brainwashing us solo laners into thinking they were cool, but the ADCs are the problem. In reality, the ADCs are the saviors. They're the ones putting the junglers in check, dude. They're the ones that are gonna two-shot them with crit if they go in.
Early to mid falls off late queso. Some characters and items combined have early frag pressure unlike any other, and their kit also happens to shine in the mid game. So what they do is they get a kill early, they stomp everything mid, and they hope to shut it out before it gets to late game. It works very well because all it takes is one person to stick their head out early, and then it takes an entire team to put them down. Once again, we don't condone nor condemn these practices, but this might help you out a bit if you're looking to eke out a few more wins. Could be you cheesing somebody, all's fair in love and war, or you countering the cheese just by being informed. If I had to pick one video where I did the share this with everyone you know, it would be this one. It's practically a public service announcement. Share it with your friends, your family. You don't want Granny to be cheesed. Now get out there and become the gods you were meant to be.